Ciao, everyone. Hello. I am back. It's Tuesday, and I have an embarrassing confession to make, which is I reviewed this already. I did a video for this song. I thought, I saw a video for the new MONESKIN song, and I'll review it. And then I looked, and I didn't see the video. I just saw the album cover, so I reviewed just the audio. And then it got copyright claimed, so I put it on hold, and then I realized there is, in fact, a video. I was right the first time. So, the audio review, it will never see the light of day. But I'm going to do one for the actual video. And this one will certainly get copyright claimed, so it'll be up in a couple days, I'm sure. I'm doing Gossip with Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine and of every union strike picket line event that he can get to. Tom Morello is both a legend musically and also just a baller. Like, the man has his priorities and he shows up to support people who are striking, shows up to support people who need a little bit of encouragement. And I think that's awesome. So we'll get into this one in just a second. Before I do, I have my espresso. I know I don't drink it like you Italians. I'm an American. We've improved it. You've got a shot of espresso. You've got 2 to 3 ounces of steamed milk into a foam. You've got a little bit of sweet cream. You've got a little bit of white chocolate syrup. And it's delicious. Don't at me. So, anyway, I got that. That's important. A couple things before we get started. Like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. I'm not an expert. This song is in English, so I know that. The first video I said I don't know if it's in English or not. It is in English, so I can follow along. But I'm not I'm not an engineer or a critic or anything like that. So don't expect me to get too into the weeds on like the arrangement. And finally, don't be a dick. This song may not be for you. I may not be for you. Those things are okay, but let's try to keep it polite in the comments, right? I like that to be a nice place for people to go, maybe just get information, right? I get a lot of really positive, really interesting comments from people giving me background. And I go into comments on videos that I like, looking to see if commenters have, broken it down. So I want people to feel comfortable doing that in my comment section. I think that does it for the prelude. Let's get right into it. This is Gossip by MONESKIN featuring Tom Morello. Perfect timing.
Welcome to the city of lights, where everything's got a prize. Gonna be in your favorite place. You can be a movie star and get everything you want. Just put some plastic on your face. This place is a circus, you just see the surface. They cover shit under the rug. You can't see they're faking, they'll never be naked. Just fill your drink with tonic gin, this is the American dream. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your choke. You're not iconic, you are just like them all. Don't act like you don't know. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip the gossip, burn down your choke. You're not iconic, you are just like them all. Don't act like you don't know. Keep drinking and acting cool. Don't care if your day is blue. Nobody loves a gloomy face. Just take your pills and dance all night. Don't think it'll best get by. So come on, let's try it just a taste. This place is a circus. You just see the surface. They cover shit under the rug. You can't see they're faking. They'll never be naked.
gotta get in there with my guitar.
You like that, MONESKIN?
Where did his scarf go?
Fucking hell!
Oh, there it is. Oh, we got a minute left on this. Okay. I thought that was a new haircut. And I wasn't confident, but now I see the thumbnail of the other videos. So good haircut. I like the tight buzz cut. I've done it myself, actually. It really does change your whole face. It just gives you a different edge, I think. Well, you know what? I say that's unrelated. This band really cares about the aesthetic, so it is related. All right, so I'm going to try to go over the high points. I really did like this song. I enjoyed it. I mentioned this in my video that is unreleased. They mentioned tonic and gin, and I'm not sure if that's just because it like fits the rhyme scheme that they need, the meter, right? Or if it's because gin and tonic is a particularly American drink. Like, I don't drink, but I've always thought of gin and tonic as like British people drink a lot of gin and tonics. So, it's referenced in Hitchhiker's Guide, actually, as a very popular drink across the universe. So yeah, I don't know if that was just like, here's a drink that people know that we can reference that will fit in the, in the rhyme scheme that we have. Because like tonic, gin, White Russian, that rhymes, actually. Hey, call me, guys. Let me do a little punch up. So you could have thrown in other drinks. I just don't know. Old fashioned. See, look at that. We got three different drinks that all rhyme, slant rhyme. So I don't know. Like I know I'm sort of fixated on the gin and tonic, but like it's right before that the American Dream thing. So I'm just. It feels like they're making a connection to Americans, but I don't really understand it. I do enjoy the song. They are very clearly interested in being provocative, which is fun. Like I don't give a shit. I am hard to I'm hard to flap, right? I don't I listened to Marilyn Manson for a long time up until I can no longer listen to him in good conscience. But like that man was provocative, so there's not a lot that shocks me, and it's a great marketing tactic. And also, like, let me be fair and say, beyond marketing tactic, it's great to sort of push boundaries to try and make progress, right? The more you break down some of the boundaries that people have on like what's acceptable, the more people can be free to be who they really are. And I think that's a positive thing. I grew up extremely conservative, so I've heard all the arguments against that. But I think it's good. And I know, particularly in Italy, there is a lot of really, really old-fashioned sort of stodgy sort of ways to look at life. So I like what they're doing. I think it's a positive thing. I enjoyed Tom Morello's solo. You know, I also support his I support his guitar. Right, Arm the Homeless. That's been on there for a long time. And I'm fine with that. If you don't want an armed homeless population, fix the homeless population. Not to go off on a tangent here, but we could fix homelessness in this country, in the U.S., in like a week, if we tried. If we put enough money into it, and we started putting people in vacant housing, we could fix it. We just don't want to, right? There's no reason that in this arguably richest country in the world, we should have a homeless population. Homeless people die every year from exposure, right? It's the winter here, so there are homeless people dying all over the place. Houseless people, right? I'll try to be a little bit more correct. Unhoused people is the more appropriate term these days. So people without a home to sleep in, right? People who are sleeping rough out on the streets. They die. They freeze to death. They die of exposure. And a lot of those don't even get reported because who is there to find them, right? A lot of times it happens like you're out in the woods. And the truth is, most people are homeless for less than 6 months. Like that's true. You can go look it up. If you are homeless longer than 6 months, it tends to become chronic. And it's because it's very, very difficult to get a home or an apartment when you don't have a previous address, right? And after 6 months, there's a lot that goes into it. I won't talk about it here, but we could solve that problem tomorrow, metaphorically, if we wanted to. And we just don't, because this is a cruel country. There's no way around it. It's cruel. Anyway, I got off on a little jag there. I really enjoyed this song. I think it's good. I would say it's probably in my top 2 MONESKIN songs. I liked but Be Your Lover? I may be wrong. I liked one of the ones I did. I didn't love Coraline, or Coralina. That wasn't really one of my favorites, but I know a lot of people love it. But I really like this one. Also, a lot of nipples. Obviously blurred out, but you know, a lot. Weirdly, in America, although we've been at the forefront of like most super sexualized music, right? Pop, hip hop, even some rock. We do not allow nipples on TV, and a lot of other countries don't have that same sort of puritanicalism that we do. Very interesting. I'm not saying that we should be showing nipples to 13-year-olds. Like, that may not be developmentally appropriate. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. But it is always interesting to me to see how different cultures have different perspectives on, like, what's okay, right? That's really interesting to me. But yeah, a lot of nipples, and one penis, although happily also blurred out. I have no particular desire to see other penises. You know, having had the one my whole life, I'm good. I've seen it all. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water and be good to each other.